Hello, my friends. You're just in time for another 3-minute meditation for kids. Are you ready? Well, all right. Now, there are things to remember for meditation. Number 1, sit down. Just sit down in a comfortable position. Okay? Now, number 2, close your eyes. You have to keep your eyes closed, my friends. All right, let's begin.
The cats nestle close to their kittens. The lambs have laid down with the sheep. You're cozy and warm in your bed, my dear. Please go the fuck to sleep.
On this episode of The Commercial Break.
Customer needs assistance in aisle 4. Customer needs assistance in aisle 4.
You should just take that with you.
Sir, did you pay for that boombox?
What's a boombox?
You know what I mean, dipshit.
Yeah, it's
got
COVID
COVID
brain. I have a
brain.
little bit of fog.
Yeah,
or
it's
it could just
foggy.
be kid brain. I mean, it could just be too many children running around this house. Could be blue brain is what it could be. I'm tired.
Not blue balls, blue brain.
Blue brain. I'm tired of fucking yelling at blue all the time. Stop shitting in the house. Don't piss there. Stop parking. Don't go here. Go there.
All of that.
Transmute.
Oh,
I've
transmute.
not heard about transmuting.
Yeah.
Is that the same as transmutating?
It's transmutation. I don't know if you've ever transmuted, but
I don't know about transmitting.
Yeah, there's transmitting, which is what we do. The commercial break
And then
transmits.
transmuting? Does that mean mute?
Transmutation is happening as we're speaking.
The next episode of The Commercial Break starts now.
Welcome back to another episode of The Commercial Break. I'm Brian Green. This is my dear friend, co-host, cohort, co-criminal in crime, Kristen Joy Hoadley. Best to you, Krissy.
Best to you, Brian.
And best to you out there in the podcast universe. Thanks for joining us on yet another episode of this, The Commercial Break. It's not for everybody.
But we're right here.
But
If
we're
it is
right
for
here,
you.
just in case you're wondering. Fact, news, or fiction, 30 seconds or less, or your money back guaranteed. TCBpodcast.com to claim your returns. Good luck to you, sir. Good luck. Light and love.
If you don't get it, alien.
Light and love. Okay, that's enough foolishness, Brian. Let's get right into it today. Woohoo! Okay, so, question. When you go to the grocery store, are you prone to go to the self-checkout?
Oh, the grocery store and myself have a very sordid relationship.
A sordid relationship with the grocery store?
Mm-hmm. So when I was young, I'll tell you, so you didn't expect this answer, did you?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so when I was young, my mom, there were 3 of us, girls, and there were 4 boys in your household. So when my mom would go, and I would usually go with her, I was the oldest, we would go, and I mean, at some points, I had to go get a second shopping cart. She would load up on so much stuff. I mean, we just... It's so much stuff every time, and I hated it.
Really?
Hated going to the grocery store. So when I told her, I remember I said this to her, I said, when I'm older, when I'm an adult, I'm just going to go like as needed once a day. Of course, that has not happened as I've gotten older. And also, too, with the rise of Instacart, I mostly order my stuff now and then pick it up at the store. I park in a certain space. They come and deliver the groceries to me. I've enjoyed that. But
Interesting.
But I also would, if it depends on how many items I have.
Okay, so
sometimes.
let me ask.
Yeah.
So let me review the story.
I have gone to the
So your
self-checkout.
mom had a problem over shopping.
Right.
She would go to the store when she was hungry, so to speak. And then
Well,
she
no,
just
we
filled
would
the
go
cart
like
up.
once every 2 weeks or something.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then it would be just this big, huge amount.
My mom too. Yeah,
of
but
stuff.
we never got to go into the store with her.
Oh,
and
I
we
did.
always had to sit out in the
You
car.
did?
No,
Oh,
but not by
no.
ourselves. But
Okay.
it was a mom dad thing.
Oh,
Mom
okay.
would make a big list.
Yes.
We would all hop in the car, and then my dad would drive around the parking lot endlessly while my mom was shopping for hours.
Well, my
but she
dad
would
would be
come
at
out with
work.
like 300 bags, right?
Yeah, my dad would be at work and my mom would
Okay,
take us
all right,
and we
okay.
would have all these
I'm the
carts.
exact opposite. I really enjoy my grocery store shopping.
Yeah, no, I
do it
enjoy
probably at least once every other day. I go
Oh,
in.
you do?
I do.
That's a frequent
now,
shopper.
Astrid also does also. But I'm the kind of guy who goes in for like 3 items,
Oh,
but then
okay.
comes out with 30, right?
Well, I do that at
Yeah,
Target.
I have a list
for sure.
of one thing to get.
Target is for sure with me that way.
Astrid hates it because I'll be like, honey, I got to go to Publix and I'm going to go get, let's say, soap, right?
Yes.
And she'll go, okay, get some strawberries while you're there for the kids.
Right.
And I will go to the store and I will come home and then I will spend $100 at the grocery store and I will forget the soap and the fucking strawberries.
Make a list.
I can't think of. I make a
Check
list.
it off the list.
I know, but I just forget. I don't know. I just doesn't even. I'm like, oh, look at this. This is cool. I like cereal.
Your notes feature on your iPhone has a little check mark.
Okay, smart ass. I know what it means. That's why we have so much hot
You
sauce.
just enjoy getting out of the house, is what it is.
Well, everybody does, don't they?
No.
No, you don't enjoy getting out of the house. You don't like walking outside of your house.
I do. I walk around my, general
Yeah.
area.
But you could stay at your house like all day long and not be bothered by it.
Yeah, no.
It bothers the shit out of me. I have to leave the
Got
house at
everything
least
I need there.
once a day.
I've ordered it all on Amazon.
Yeah,
It's all
okay.
there.
All right. So you're an Amazon. And listen, I'm sure you're like a lot of people have decided, especially during the pandemic, have decided that all that you care to do is just have it all delivered if possible.
Mm-hmm.
And then when needed, you'll go occasionally to the grocery store. So you and Jeff don't go grocery store shopping together.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
We do.
All right. So my whole point in this is I was wondering.
But you get a bunch of stuff you don't need. That's why I kind of like I go back and
Yeah,
forth.
I know.
So I'll do the Instacart because you're just ordering exactly what you came there to order.
Yeah.
And then it gets placed into the bags and you pick it up.
Yeah, I know.
You go into the store. It's sensory overload.
The old
There's
expression
stuff
is
you didn't realize you knew you needed.
going to the grocery store when you're hungry,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
That's
you
the old
can't do
expression.
that.
And
Can't do
everybody
that.
does that. It's like going into Target. You cannot leave Target for less than $100 because
Yes.
it's impossible to do that because Target has everything you could ever want
Right.
and ever need. And
Yes.
it's put in it, strategically placed to make you walk through things
I
you
know.
don't want so that when you get the stuff you do want, you've already loaded up on shit you never need.
Our prescriptions are at Target. So whenever I go to get the prescriptions, then if it's a wait, then I'm like, let me just browse around.
Yeah, see, that's bad. The other day I was looking at space
I got some
heaters,
cool
and I'm like,
baskets.
it's fucking 110 degrees outside, but they have a space heater sale, and I'm like,
that
well,
could
we're
be
gonna
the
need
best time.
space heaters.
Well, that's the best time to order.
It's like buying
same Christmas
yes. ornaments the day
In July,
after Christmas.
or in
Yeah.
July.
Okay. The reason why I ask is, almost every store now has the self-checkout.
Yes.
And Publix, which has kind of bucked the trend and mainly only has cashiers, because the way that they win, they charge more on groceries,
Mm-hmm.
but they have just like a step up on products. It's not Whole Foods, but it's not Walmart, right? They have a step up on products. There's some
Or Ingles.
Yeah,
Pig, the
Piggly
Wiggly.
the Wiggly. I've actually been to a few Piggly Wigglies. A
have
few
too, in
Ingles,
Nor-
excuse me, who are not bad in North Georgia.
In North
and
Georgia.
they're beautiful.
Yes, they are.
I'm like, holy shit! When did Ingles get their shit together?
Yeah.
When is Piggly Wiggly an experience to shop? So I go into the Publix a couple weeks ago, and they are installing the self checkout, which
Yes.
surprised me because they have not traditionally had them in most
We
stores
have
that I go
them
into.
down in downtown.
Okay. So we got them, and then I'm like, okay, this is great. But what I realize about the self-checkout.
Beep.
Yeah,
Beep.
bing, bing.
Yeah,
Please
go-
wait for assistance. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Fuck, man. Fuck.
Valid ID required. Please wait for assistance.
And then you stand there for 4 fucking minutes. The kids are chewing gum over there, talking about, whatever the latest space case Instagram bullshit is. And you're like, hello. You have exceeded your time. Please see an attendant. What I noticed is that everybody who thinks that they may be saving time, everybody who uses the self-checkout, with the exception of me, is a fucking moron.
Yeah.
Because they bring 3 shopping carts worth of shit, and then they don't know how to scan it.
No.
They don't know how to bag it. They need
The
assistance on
bagging
everything.
system is a little weird.
Okay, it's convoluted. I get it. Yeah.
because sometimes you're just placing something over there, but then it alerts.
There should be a 20...
Take it out of the
Yeah,
bag.
yeah.
And you're like, I didn't put it in the bag.
Please
but-
place item in bag. Please place item in bag. To continue, place item in bag. Now they finally got wise and they have the skip bagging button. But here's the reality. If you have more than 20 items, don't go through the self-checkout.
True.
Because you're
This
just
is
jamming
true.
up the whole system. Let the professionals handle it, right? They know how to scan quick
Yeah.
and they know the numbers by...
They've got a freaking conveyor belt.
I know, they have a conveyor belt. What could be better than a conveyor belt when it comes to quick, large
If I
grocery
had a
shopping?
conveyor belt, then you could
That's
also
right.
just do that.
Now, I say all of this to say that yesterday we went to the grocery store and we go with the kids. And we have a few things that we're going to get, and $280 later worth of groceries.
Sure.
We have an entire cart worth of crap that we don't need, right? And the lines are long, so we pull into the self-checkout. I'm like, I can get this done quick. I know this is against my own philosophy, but I know how to scan shit quick.
Okay.
37 minutes later, 16 assistances later, and many, many people behind me extraordinarily pissed off.
Yeah.
I finally got through it. My son was scanning stuff. Like, I would be scanning something, and my son would come back behind me. He'd take it, he'd run around the cart, and he'd scan it again. And I'm like, Matthias, don't do that. He was like taking stuff off the you know, like the gum rack and scanning it. And I'm like, Matthias, don't do that. I think there should be rules around the self-checkout. It is proven that the stores who have put in now the stores are going almost all checkout. Like at Walmart now, the one near my house, there are 30 on each side of the store. There are 15 self-checkouts, right?
Yeah.
You have to like stand in a line, and then there's 15 of them in this big circle. It's crazy. Everybody's doing self-checkout. But it has been proven, and I've read articles about this, that it actually takes a longer time. It's less efficient for us as the customer to self-checkout. It's better for the store because they don't pay somebody.
Sure.
But it's less efficient. But there should be some simple fucking rules around this.
Yeah, I think it's a 5 items or less type thing.
I think 20 is okay. I could get it. Like, okay, all right, and we all say that, 15 items
There's going to be
or
a
less.
mess up in 20.
Yeah, and how many of us actually adhere to that rule? Do you know how fucking pissed I get when there's a guy in there with 17 items and it says 15 items or less, or 11 items and it's 10? You know how pissed I get? And then I'm the asshole who is like, well, I just have 11. Like, you can't be that bad. Or I try and hide one item behind the other one. I'm like, gee. Okay, so I get it. There's exceptions to every rule. There's a new scam that's going around that I think is really just horrible.
Okay.
And here's what it is. Guys, people who go to Walmart, they'll take advantage of the fact that you can now check out with anything on these self-checkouts. So people are going to Walmart, they're putting TVs on their carts, and they're getting like a box of, bubble up, Hubba Bubba bubble gum, and they're scanning the Hubba Bubba, and they're walking out with the television.
Really?
Yes. This is how this is going down.
This is an aha moment.
This is an aha moment. This is happening, and there is so much video of this happening out there.
Wow.
And now, what there is not video of is, do they get caught walking out of the store? Because Walmart a lot of times has people standing there, and you got to show them. They're pretty good about that. Like, you got to imagine a company like Walmart, they lose billions of dollars. They call it loss prevention. The loss prevention numbers must be huge at Walmart. But what some of these videos make it appear as if people are getting away with it, at least, right?
Yes.
They'll have a $50 item. They'll scan a $3, scan a banana, and then they'll walk out the door with it and scan the banana twice.
That.
I would never think to do that.
Yeah,
I'm sure I wouldn't get away with it.
Yeah,
I know
no,
I wouldn't get away
I know.
with it.
I wouldn't
I'd be in
either.
handcuffs
That's why.
before I even got out the self-checkout
Like,
area.
just thinking it.
Just thinking it. I'm already in trouble. I'm already in trouble.
Right.
But I find this to be, I don't know. It's kind of like, I feel like this might be our culture a little bit. It's kind of like the get away with it culture, right? It's not about whether or not it's right or wrong. It's about whether or not we can get away with it.
Oh, okay.
And I think that there's a lot of examples of people in power and all kind of stuff, right? That it's kind of like, if we can get away with it, then it's fine because we got away with it. So why is it wrong if we got away with it? But this is so funny to me. So I saw a video the other day. I was watching this video about the guy with the TV and the whole thing, and I'm like, that's crazy. Can't even it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. I love that noise, that sound effect. Crazy. You're crazy.
What movie is that from?
I don't know what it's from, but it's just funny. It's funny. So the other day, I go to Target. I'm at the self-checkout. I'm waiting for one of those things to open. And there's a couple teenagers that are standing there, right? And they have like, let's call it 5 pieces.
They're working there,
No,
or
no, no.
they're in line.
They're shopping.
They're
Yeah,
they're
shopping.
checking out.
Yes. And these are the kind of kids instantaneously that you never want them to date your daughter. You never want them driving
They were
late at night.
you,
They were me,
basically.
yes.
Yes.
And they have like, let's call it 5 pieces of clothing, couple shorts, a T-shirt, and then some kind of electronic device like a boom box or something, right?
Okay.
Not a boom box. 1982. Dude, like Def
like a
Jam
Blu-
records,
like-
like a Bluetooth, yeah,
Bluetooth.
like a Sonos, but not a Sonos, right?
Right. A portable speaker.
Portable speaker. My guess is probably a $100 item.
Right.
And I watch these kids as they scan the clothing, boop, 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 boop.
And then
They scan the piece of clothing, and then they scan one of the pieces of clothing twice, and then they stick the speaker into the cart, right?
You watched it go down.
I watched it go down. I watched this scam in action, and I couldn't believe it. Now,
Did you have your megaphone with you?
I wish I did.
You should just,
Customer needs assistance in aisle 4. Customer needs assistance in aisle 4.
you should just take that with you.
Sir, did you pay for that boombox?
What's a boombox?
You know what I mean, dipshit. Scan that fucking piece of machinery you got there.
I watched this go down. I didn't say a fucking word. You know why I don't say a fucking word? Because I don't want to get shot because I said something.
Well, that's true at this point.
People are crazy. They're crazy in this town. I read about a guy who got shot because
The mayonnaise on the
mayonnaise on the subway. That's crazy.
The Subway
We're not talking
sandwich.
about a Subway. We're
Yeah.
talking about a Subway sandwich. I told you
Someone
Subway was
died.
no good. Someone died.
Yes.
They died because they put mayonnaise on a sandwich.
Yes.
That's insane.
I know.
That's insane.
So
Did they catch
sad.
that guy?
Yeah.
Good, thank God.
Yeah.
He's going to jail for the rest of his life
Hopefully.
because he
I mean-
killed somebody because he didn't like mayonnaise on his sandwich. I told you Subway was no good. Don't trust Subway.
I know.
We're doing a whole episode on Subway. We'll get there. We're doing a whole episode on Subway. But I watched this all go down, and I just realized, like, it's just the get away with it culture. It's the get away with it culture,
Yeah.
and it fucking sucks. You know why it fucking sucks? Because it ruins it for the rest of us. That's why. Listen, have I ever done anything bad in my life? Of course I have. Is there gray areas? Of course there are. You know, life is not black and white. It's one of the few lessons that I've understood in this particular go around the fucking universe is that life is not simple. It's not black and white always. And there are some things where you're just like, you know, okay, well, I'm going to break
It's
the
a
rules.
Mayan fire.
It's a Mayan fire ceremony, and we're all the fire twindlers or whatever they call them. Speaking of fire twindlers, fucking...
Fire twindlers.
I was thinking about this the other day. Like, go into okay, so the get away with the culture, it sucks. That's all I got to say. So I was thinking about this the other day. You know, you go to the festivals, like the hippy dippy
Of course.
festivals, you know, the party in the
Yes.
woods and all this other stuff.
Yes.
And everyone's twirling batons and fire spinning and spitting. And, you know, they do this, all this stuff. And I've always been a little bit annoyed by this. And I don't know why. It's not because I don't like it. It's some of it's very beautiful,
Yeah,
right? And some
it
of it I
is.
think could be considered art. And some of it's just really shitty. It's like, you know, a guy takes 2 yo-yos and is spinning them around his head while they're flaming on fire, and, you know, killing everybody in the process. And it's like, it's shitty, but then it's like, hell yeah at the same time. It's like, please stop, but don't stop at the same time.
Were you
And
at a festival like this?
Yes, recently in my head, my fever dream. With Bert Kreischer and the guy from
When did you
Basement
have
Yard.
When did you have a chance to
No, I
get
was
to
watching a video of
forest festival?
I was watching a video of Envision, and the video was 10 people high at Envision, and they were all talking. They were all on LSD or something. They were out there, right? And one guy, he had these. Do you remember the round circular? It literally looks like a circle disc. It's got a hole in the middle. It's like and then you would throw it. It's like
a frisbee disc?
Yeah, frisbee, but it's got no.
Yes.
It's got no middle, right? It's a frisbee type thing. Some guy in the background of one of these, he set him on fire, and he was doing this whole number. He was like spinning him around his head, and one of them went backwards and hit a girl in the chest. It was on fire, and I was like, "That fucking asshole!
no.
That's the kind of guy you hate at a festival."
Yeah.
It's like, here, let me bring my fire. Let me bring my fire to Envision Festival. Leave it alone.
Oh,
They should have an area. I've seen the girls with
fire area?
the fireballs. You know what I'm talking about? The big fiery things on the chain, and they're swinging them around.
yeah.
And, you know, it's Dave Matthews concert. I'm like, Dave fucking Matthews, chill out. He's not that good. You do that at the Dead show, not at the Dave Matthews show.
DMB.
Oh my God, DMV. Do you like DMV?
Nostalgically, I do.
I was at the service station, not service station. What service station? Boombox.
You're at the service station with
Yeah.
your boombox
With my
listening
boombox,
to DMB.
Getting some petrol. What am I talking about? I've been stuck in 1982. COVID has set me back 30 years. I'm at the,
Gas station.
no, not the gas station. The
General store.
No, the dealership. The general store.
Survey says.
Survey says.
What's the name for a service station?
I'm at the dealership at the service department. And I'm
Okay,
dropping the
got
car
it.
off and I'm getting another car.
It's COVID brain, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
You
it's
got
COVID brain. I have a little bit of fog.
Yeah,
or
it's
it could just
foggy.
be kid brain. I mean, it could just be too many children running around this house. Could be blue brain is what it could be. I'm tired.
Not
from
blue balls, blue brain.
Blue brain. I'm tired of fucking yelling at blue all the time. Stop shitting in the house. Don't piss there. Stop parking. Don't go here. Go there. So there's a black guy behind the counter, right? And we're talking about something about cars, and then on pops that song. And
a monkey on a
like a
chain.
monkey on a chain. Don't bring the
Yeah.
the first song you ever heard from Dave Matthews.
Yes.
And so, and then I start humming it. I'm like, And then out loud, I'm using my outside voice for an inside conversation, I say, I don't know why I'm fucking humming the song. I hate Dave Matthews. And the guy goes, and I go, do you like Dave Matthews? Like, he's like, this guy's going to like Dave Matthews. And he's like, nah, man, not my thing. I'm like, it's pretty white, isn't it? He goes, it's really white. He goes, it's like the epitome of white music. It's like, you got it. I go, it's even too white for me.
Yeah.
But listen, no offense to Dave Matthews. He's fine. Whatever.
Yes.
He's fine. Nice guy. I've met him. He's a nice guy.
This is Central Control. This is Central Control. Stand by.
George from Zorg wanted you to know that it's time for the commercial break inside of the commercial break. TCBpodcast.com, the brand new TCBpodcast.com is where you go. You'll find all of the audio, all of the video right there on the website. And while you're there, you can drop us a line, hit the contact us form, and let us know if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or content ideas. We would love to hear them, and we will always give you credit if we use your idea on air. 661-237-8296. That's 661, the word best, the number 2, YOYO. Text us, leave us a voicemail. We'd love to hear your voice. And who knows, you just might hear yourself at the beginning of one of these silly podcasts. We'd love it if you'd follow us on Instagram, though no one else does. You'll be the first at The Commercial Break. And go to our YouTube channel where we're doing just slightly better, youtube.com/The Commercial Break. As the podcast continues to grow, Krissy and I want you to know that we're ever grateful that you continue to listen. And if you have just a moment, follow or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. And if they have a place for you to leave a comment or a review, please do so. We like to keep the podcast free of charge because, let's be honest, no one was going to pay for it anyway. So our sponsors support our ventures. Please use the specialized URLs or codes if you're ever in the market for their products or services. They'll give you free shit. They'll continue to buy sponsorship. It's a win-win all around. Speaking of sponsors, we're going to take a short break to hear from them, and then we'll be back to this episode of The Commercial Break. I was trolling on the internet.
As
I do. Speaking of Envision Festival.
Yes, you're doing a swirl.
I want to get in a little bit. I want to do a little investigating around some of these online meditation and light healers and, wind workers.
Wind healers.
I'm a wind worker. A Bryan ass shall save you. I'm a wind worker. What am I doing? Oh, you're still tuned in.
Hey,
You're still tuned in. Thanks for joining the commercial break today.
We could charge like $150 per person for you to be a certified wind. I would just
That's the
certify
thing.
you. I would certify you.
Yeah, that's the certification
The
process.
Hoadley,
That's right.
The Hoadley Institute of Wind-Working.
I went to a tantra conference one time, like a tantra workshop
there's
one
no
time.
regulation to
There
any
was
of this.
no sex, by the way. But tantra, whatever. I don't get into tantra, but there was tantra. It was not a sex workshop. It was not like a big orgy. It was around meditation and healing and stuff like this. And I really got into it. I really felt like it was good vibes is what it was. I had a weekend of really good vibes and prostate massages. It was awesome. Although there was a lot of close contact at some
Did you see
points.
any cock toupees?
No, but there were a couple older gentlemen who I'm sure would have loved to show them. There was the 3-day weekend, right?
Of course, it was a 3-day weekend, immersive.
And I was it was an immersive experience, right? And it was amongst friends. Listen, there was a lot of hugging and a lot of, massaging and stuff like that, but there was no sex whatsoever. However, on the last day, as we were getting started,
was implied.
The teacher was like, "Oh, this is the last day of our journey, our ascension. Level 1 Tantra teaching. There will be an additional course offered later on this evening. We will be doing demonstrative prostate massages for an extra $195.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit. And my friend goes, "Oh yeah, man, you gotta stick around for this one. They're gonna demonstrate how to do the prostate massage." I'm like, "They're gonna demonstrate how to do the prostate massage?" It's like, "Oh yeah, they get up there and they do the whole thing." And I'm like, "They do a prostate massage?"
You made it that far.
I did not make it that far. I
No,
cut
I'm saying
out.
you made it that far with 3 days.
Oh,
You
yeah.
might as well stick
I loved
around.
it. I just felt so good afterwards. And I don't believe in a lot of the Cockney stuff. It's just not for me. I'm a pragmatic pragmatist. Pragmatic pragmatist. I just, I don't need to believe that my yoni can talk to aliens. Like my ancient ancestors are flowing through my, third eye.
I tend to think of things as like a general good vibes.
Vibes.
If a crystal helps
Yeah.
here and there, maybe.
God bless.
Yes. But yeah, we can't.
God bless.
There's an extreme.
The funny thing about there's an extreme, and a lot of people take it there.
I do.
They
want to believe.
The funny thing in my heart is I do have an affinity to be taken by this kind of good energy that comes with a lot of this stuff.
Of course.
And I do believe that
too.
you vibrate at a certain level, and if you vibrate higher, you're going to feel
vibes,
better.
good
Absolutely.
vibes, yeah.
But some people, they just take it way too fucking far. They think that good vibes means that, they're, I don't know.
Well, I think some people are missing something, and so you're
mental health, I think, certainly throws a challenge into it. Yes.
Mental health.
But there are people online, these certified, yoni therapists
certified
or
by
whatever.
who?
They're not certified by anybody. That's the problem. They make up these organizations and then they certify each other.
Yes.
And for what? I don't know. What is it doing? Who knows? Why? I don't care. Like, as long as there are people out there that are charging really fucking good money, $500, $600, $700, $800, thousands of dollars to attend retreats and buy online courses about shit that is just, quite frankly, unbelievable. And I found a girl, and I won't be the first person who's had this discussion about this particular girl.
Okay.
And I'd like to get into the topic of these kind of, let's call them hokey pokey coaches, right? Hokey pokey coaches. And they take it a little bit too far. They've taken it a little bit too far. It's the prostate
you
massage.
Shake yourself around. That's what it's all about.
This is like the live prostate massage of meditation coaches.
Yes.
It's like, it was all good until you decided to do a live prostate massage there in the room. Smelled funky. Okay, I want that's not
it's George.
Hey, George, what you doing? I want everybody to meet our new friend. I'll let her introduce herself.
Of course, she's a beautiful girl. And I think you can only be beautiful.
certified if you're
beautiful. Yes.
That's right. Well, it certainly doesn't hurt.
Yeah,
selling courses
and or have a man bun.
Yeah, I have a man bun, which I'll never have. So I'm not going to be one of these coaches anytime soon. Let's see what she has to offer. She is selling light talking.
Light.
Beautiful being. As
Oops, sorry.
always, it is truly such an honor to connect with you. Thank you for tuning in. And welcome to this quantum timeline shift of a video. Whether you are familiar with light language or it is new to you or it's something that you've been tapping into casually and you want more context
I'm a
on it.
casual tapper.
I'm a casual light language guy.
Dude.
Yeah, I only do it on the weekends.
Casually tapping.
I casually talk to my ancient ancestors on Tuesday nights. Something me and my friends get together to do. I'm not that into it. I'm not totally crazy. Whether you're here finding more interest about my videos or you think I'm completely full of shit, welcome. I'm grateful to have you. Listen to how she talks. She's an alien.
Jeez.
Or you just like hearing about it, welcome. And I am so excited for this video because
Did you see that?
Very editing.
Did you see that edited?
I did.
She edited the word welcome into there. She said welcome 5 times and then edited an additional welcome. Let's go back there for the benefit of the kids at home.
hearing about it. Welcome. And I am so excited for this video because if you know me, then you know light language is such a big part of my life. It's like absolutely
You know
incredible.
me. You know light language.
If you know me, welcome. Then you know that it's a huge part of my life. Welcome. I've been selling courses and making a lot of money off dumbasses. Welcome. Welcome.
Light language has been able to do for me and what I've been able to do with light language, whether it's healings or blessings or offerings or activations. Light language is so powerful.
I'm able to do blessings with it.
Maybe this, hold on, I'm onto something here. Maybe this light language can activate the commercial break listeners to pay for our Patreon.
We need it.
Words. And truly, that's actually like the whole concept with light language, where one sound of an authentic, attuned, high frequency channel of light language is worth 1 billion words. And
wait, hold on. The idea of light wing. Yeah, I know. I'm following it on behalf of everybody else. So here, I'll just recap what she said. She said that is the idea behind light language, is that the frequency of the light language is tuned into light language. So she just used the word light language to describe what light language is.
Welcome.
Welcome.
even beyond that. All right, so let's just get right into it. So light language is a cosmic channeled language that is a transmission of frequency that speaks directly to your soul.
It speaks directly to your wallet, directly to your American Express. Yes. My light language communicates directly with your PayPal.
Yep.
Welcome.
Mm-hmm. Penetrating past any distortions, programmings, or blockages that have been created by the mind, by the ego, by trauma, by projections of society.
Bryan, I'm blocked.
Words
totally blocked.
I can't do.
I haven't taken a good shit in 3 days. I'm all blocked up. Maybe you can activate my balls.
Can you speak to me in a light language?
Yes, I need to do a yoni massage first, Krissy. Welcome. Welcome.
Best to you.
Best to you. My Venmo is at Bryan TCB.
Specific meanings that have been imprinted into them through previous experience or a projected experience. And so with that, certain words hold certain meanings. And
a previous experience or projected. It could be
either. Could be anything. Basically, anything could be anything in light language. Exactly. Light language could be anything. And for $99.99,
it can help you with anything.
Welcome. For the small donation of $99.99 per month, I'm going to teach you light language, which could be anything. Welcome.
Right. Welcome.
Was meant to mean something can actually translate and mean something completely different to someone because they have a certain awareness and meaning.
I think we found our new.
Meant to mean something.
I think we found our new Frankie B. Spoken for 3 minutes and hasn't said a fucking word.
Yeah, it's just circles.
Yeah, just circles. Mm-hmm. But there's people at home that are like,
something.
Oh, I need to activate.
Yeah, she's pretty.
She's pretty.
She's wearing a lot of rings.
I want to be pretty.
I know.
And how blue are those eyes? Those have to be contacts, right?
You remember those colored contacts?
Oh, yeah, they still have them.
Associated with those specific words. So with light language, it transmutes past all of that.
Transmutes.
Transmutes.
I've not heard about transmuting.
Yeah.
Is that same as transmutating?
It's transmutation. I don't know if you've ever transmuted. But I
know about transmitting.
Yeah. There's transmitting, which is what we do. The commercial break transmits.
Transmuting, does that mean mute?
Transmution is happening as we're speaking. We're actually transmuting.
People are muting our podcast.
Yes. The commercial break is literally a transmutation. Welcome.
Welcome.
It's not for everybody.
Art. Where when attuned to the frequency and to your channel accurately, One sound through light language is worth
I feel like I'm 100.3 is my frequency.
I'm 99.x. Everybody's looking for the weekend.
It's the Zoo Crew here.
That's my energy. I don't give a fuck about transmutation. I care about the 5 o'clock Friday whistle. Rockin' Roddy.
So much more meaning than a million words. And therefore, the sound frequencies that come through light language are far more powerful to convey messages and meanings and also transcend dimensions to, again, stream through, bring through higher frequencies.
Well, I don't know about
dimensions.
I don't know about you, Krissy, but she had me at welcome. Everything else made sense.
We're going through dimensions.
We're going through time dimensions. We're transmutioning, and we're transmutioning.
Something means something.
Something means something. Anything can mean anything.
Grass fed grass.
Blockages. Do you see her hands?
Yeah,
She's like boing, 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 boing.
Boom, boom.
For those of you that are listening, you can go youtube.com/the commercial break. This will be on in a few days. It'll be up there. But what she's doing is she's
like
taking her hand.
Karate.
Yeah, karate. She's doing like gentle karate. Like, imagine a cat making muffins, right? She's like making muffins in front of the camera. Every time she says something, she's making another muffin.
We're going to another dimension.
Another dimension. Here we go.
Frequencies of light, consciousness, love, connection, a new perspective, inspiration, motivation.
Well, you love
healing,
me.
Quantumly. It allows you to channel all of that through in a condensed form. So with this, everyone can
Just
understand.
distill it down.
Yeah.
Everyone,
Condense it down into a mason jar.
This is the condensed milk of light language. I'm going to give it to you in little nuggets so you too can understand. Are you following me? I don't understand a fucking word you're saying, lady.
has the ability to speak light language. However, it is necessary that one is attuned to an authentic, real, true, embodied frequency of light when channeling light language. That is the difference between one just speaking gibberish and making sounds and one actually channeling light language.
How do we know the difference here?
Yeah, how do you know that you're tuned into the right channel? I mean, how does that happen?
Are you saying gibberish?
Are
you real?
Do you have a boombox that we can check? Because I'm not convinced. That's the difference between one speaking gibberish. She's basically calling herself out right now.
Mm-hmm.
Of source, that awareness, that intention, and that connection to light is required. So that's a big thing. That's kind of like a huge thing.
That's kind of a whole thing.
Yeah. It's kind of like the last 17 minutes of me transmuting on your face.
It's about the light.
Laying a big transmutation dump on this video, and I'm gonna walk away right now and say that's it. That's the whole bag. It's a kit and caboodle. If you don't have transmutation dialed in the right way, it's just gibberish. Now let me speak some gibberish.
Is required. Like, it's not light language unless the person is actually connected to light and channeling through that frequency. Otherwise,
what frequency is the light?
I don't know.
It is something else. And the way you know that light language is real is you can feel it. It is a frequency.
Yes, you can.
I can feel it right now.
It's flying right out of your pocket.
Yeah, I can actually smell it. Yeah, I can feel my Amex lifting out of my pocket, and I can smell the hot dump you just took.
I feel it.
It's crazy.
It is an energy. It is a transmission that is felt. Light language can be used for healings, for activations of encoded wisdom.
For skipping lines at Disney World.
Of dormant DNA and ancient...
You're getting the best seats to the Black Eyed Pea reunion. You're a better dancer
Let me get the light.
The DMB concert. You get a free beer. Everything comes into two. Your Land Rover gets out of the shop a couple days earlier. Your pool guy fixed the spa. It's all coming together. This is how it happens when you're tuned with light.
Awarenesses and perspectives, perhaps past lives. Light language can also be used as a blessing, as an offering, as a prayer. And again, what is required.
Speaking of offerings, I'm offering this video on Patreon for $199.99. Because when I get that money, I'll be able to get my Land Rover out of the shop a couple of days earlier.
My light
That's
will
right.
come through.
I'm transmuting my Land Rover out of the shop.
For any of these things, and what differentiates the purpose of and the result of the light language is the intention. It is the awareness. It is the attunement. So again,
This
everyone
is so
has the ability
edited.
to speak
Like,
It's
she
language.
just keeps,
so
like,
highly
yeah,
edited.
it
Yeah,
keeps-
every sentence is another cut.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Listen,
Yeah.
it's hard to.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we do.
It's hard to bullshit.
Yeah, it's hard to bullshit all day long, and we don't do any cuts, and that's probably why this show is shitty. We should start highly editing the show. I have a friend who edits out every breath he takes on his podcast, and I'm like, dude, why are you doing that? He's like, I just can't take it. I can't take to hear those breaths. And I think to myself, but it sounds so unnatural.
Right, you
Because
gotta let your love light
you
shine.
got to be in attunement.
Yeah.
You got to have some transmutation there, bro.
Rah.
If you're not 100% light, you're not going to be able to hear the light. And then how are you going to activate? Welcome. Welcome. I'd pay this girl just to shut up if I was in a room with her. And stop moving your hands so much. It's driving me crazy.
Language, yet not everyone is able to, and nor is everyone. And that's not to say like, oh, you're not
What?
light language. Unless
Not
you-
everyone is able to, nor is everyone. Was there a...
Right.
Do you want to throw a noun in there or something? I feel like she cut out a noun.
Yeah.
are actually attuned to a frequency.
She just
It is
laughed at
not-
herself.
She thought this is funny. Yeah.
I fucked up.
She's like, I can't believe I made $1 million last year off this. Fuck all that attunement shit. I'm going to Phipps Plaza.
Yeah.
through the actual result and tangible material shift, change, and experience. that you
Material. I'm living in the material world. Material.
Making muffins on YouTube. I'm in a material world, material. My Land Rover needs some new tires, material.
Again, if you are utilizing and accessing and channeling through light language properly, it will change your life. It will literally change the way you experience life. It can bring through miracles for others as well. It can collectively shift frequencies.
this light
Because
language.
as we are
Man, this light language shit, we really missed the boat on this podcasting. We should have been all about the light
We should have
language. We
tuned
could have
in
had
the
like
light.
imagine.
We got these lights.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's not light language, though. That's just a headache language.
Yeah.
But here's what I think.
screw you, lights. You haven't done
Yeah.
anything for it.
And you tell me what you think, Mrs. and Mr. and otherwise, the listener. He, him, she, her, they, the.
Yeah.
I think we should just dedicate the next 5 months of the commercial break to learning how to speak light language.
Speak light.
And we'll all take this
wait,
journey
hey,
together.
do you speak light?
I do speak light.
Okay.
Yeah, Bud Light.
Or we go to like another state. Like,
Oh, my
I don't
God.
know if you can speak my language, but do you speak light?
Yeah, I speak light.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm attuned to the channel, bro. I'm attuned. I have transmution just
metamuting.
like you do. That's right. I take my Metamucil every morning. I shop at Whole Foods. My Land Rover. I turn my Land Rover on economy when I can. When I'm driving through the city. Come on, man. I'm with it. Are you kidding me? My pool's salt water. Saving the fishes and shit. I cut up my sparkling water plastic tops. What do you think I am, an asshole?
I
I'm all
get it. You
about it.
speak light.
That's right, I speak light. I live in a gated community. But the gate is made of recycled titanium.
Iron.
Yeah. I have a solar panel on my house. It's just there for decoration. It doesn't really work.
Our remote control is solar
Yeah. Oh, is it?
powered.
Is it really?
That's the only thing solar.
Yeah. I looked into getting those solar panels. Holy shit.
I have a yoga mat.
Yeah. Like $50,000 to put solar panels on this house.
Yeah,
it's crazy. But don't worry, they'll
you
finance it
speak
for
light,
you.
though.
Yeah, I need to speak light and I'd manifest my transmutation.
Tuning to a higher frequency as one and emitting these frequencies of authentic energy and essence that also ripples out, amplifies, and emanates into the collective field. And that is what you are doing with light language. You are tapping into and giving permission to the authentic essence
Earth
of
to Heather.
expression.
Earth to Heather.
And when you are attuned to it and you experience it, you will be able to acknowledge.
I want to get to the part where she starts.
Head's gonna rocket off your
She's going to start
body.
speaking. Wow, where did Heather's head go? She
speaking
transmuted. She hit the frequency. Woo. I tried. I just got explosive diarrhea. I hit the Dino. When I tried, I just vomited blood. Oh, man. I get the right frequency.
Heather did it.
I guess I have to buy that other course she has.
That's right. Yeah, you were turning to the correct
Tuning into
frequency.
the absolute right frequency.
that it truly is a source.
This girl's so full of it. She hasn't said a fucking thing.
No.
And a divine force that is beyond you, channeling through you, where different tones, different frequencies, different sounds, different words that you may not have
I
ever
wonder
heard
who. Heroic book of love.
Yeah, listen, I got to tell you something
That's a
too.
town.
I have done it, man. I have been deep in the.
I have too, with all the books and the things. I haven't gone this far, but no, I mean, it's like I believe in good people, good vibrations.
I've gone far enough that I think that I,
You're a
at
sweaty
one
camper?
point, yeah, I've been to the sweaty RV. You don't know what that means, but that's like the physical manifestation of what she's saying. And I've been inside, and I've been deep in my own head in the sweaty camper. And let me tell you something. I walked out and I was like, nah. I mean, I got the right frequency, but I don't know if I believe all the other stuff. Like, okay, I know where the frequency is, but I don't know if I want to be there all day long.
No.
Yeah.
make before are able to stream through. And again, they hold an encoding of feeling, of power, of something that is beyond just that word. And this helps to empower you. It helps you to feel more comfortable in expressing who and what you really are. And
She does her long
She
hair.
just put her hand through her hair.
She's got extensions.
Did you notice she doesn't blink either? She's
got
like,
it. Well, no,
"Ah."
she edited those out.
Oh, she did. Oh, yeah. God,
She's got the extensions.
I'm gonna ask my friend. Did you edit out the blinks on your podcast? The commercial break only edits out blinks on the podcast. That's why you don't hear any. I got noisy eyelashes.
And acceptance and enjoyment of yourself and your purpose and the fact that you are a miracle embodiment casually incarnated here onto earth for a temporary time. Like, this is really all so epic and incredible. When you are in that energy,
Epic, dude. I casually transmuted myself onto this timeline. Sweet, bro. I can see a bunch of guys like servitors like, sweet, bro. You mean I chemically transmuted? Have you ever listened to the chemical break? It's awesome. In case you didn't catch it on the last episode, somebody wrote me an email and was like, I love the chemical break. What are you selling me? A light language course?
you access your full potential. You are able to bring through the information. You're able to think of things, to create things.
Think.
Your full potential.
Think
There are
things.
perhaps inventions and creations and
Perhaps.
things that never
Perhaps.
existed.
Creations.
Or perhaps you're just a lazy asshole looking for a shortcut. I want this girl to start talking. She's at some point. Hold on one second.
Instantly and over
Give me a sec.
again because you can feel it. And so when we access, when we channel through, when we express light language, and also when we hear it, it actually speaks to the unconscious.
We have to express it and hear it.
And hear
Even
it.
within you,
Oh my
higher
God, this girl never
frequencies
shuts
of
up.
light
Yeah.
For you to perhaps access at other times. We're
Perhaps.
consistently practicing light language.
Perhaps.
access to information. Your intuition is stronger and more accurate. You naturally find yourself in the right place at the right time. You are answering the calls when you are guided, and this is because it is healing you on a deep cellular level. Your cellular memory.
Oh my God, dude, my head's about to fucking explode. What in the world is this girl babbling on about? Do you understand?
No.
And I understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand. I can tune into this frequency, and I still don't understand.
Exactly.
And it's not that I don't understand because I'm just having a hard time wrapping my head around it. It's I don't understand because this is gibberish. This is the definition of gibberish.
Yes.
She is literally solving...
I'm going to need to see a light coming out of her mouth pronto.
Yeah. I'm going to need to see light coming out of her ears, nipples,
Something.
and asshole pretty
Light
quick.
needs to come out of somewhere quick.
Listen, let me explain something to the listener who may not have been in the sweaty camper anytime soon. I think that there's some vein of truth that this girl has at some point experienced having
We've
to do with
talked about
vibrations of energy and all this other stuff. But what she is saying is absolute horseshit meant for you to part with your money, meant for you to believe that she understands something magical about this earth.
We don't know what, though, exactly, based on
that's
this.
the thing. But here's the crazy crap. A lot of these people who sell this shit and get these courses and do this shit,
Oh, I know.
this is exactly how they talk.
I think they're just passing along money from one.
Of course they are.
It's like a little ecosystem, like
It
a
is an
terrarium.
ecosystem. Of course
like
it is.
a terrarium,
It's
where the water
yes.
comes down and then feeds the plants, and then the plants. It's epic.
Only
epic.
once in the history of the commercial break will the word terrarium come up. Krissy just did it.
Woo!
Good for you, Krissy.
Epic.
Terrarium. Don't buy into this bullshit. Go learn how to do some mindfulness meditation. Read some books.
Meditation for sure.
For sure. Read some books by some
Download
authors.
the Calm app.
Like Eckhart
Start there.
Tolle or Dr. Wayne Dyer or Ram Dass. Read some of that stuff and don't drink all the Kool-Aid. Just drink a little bit of the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, just have a tasty
Take
teener.
a bit of the red pill. Tasty teener. A little bit of Bryan ass. That's all you need.
It's strong.
Yeah. Whoever this lip-syncing homo sapien is right here, she is not going to get you anywhere. I guarantee you. She's just an earthling like the rest of us. All of us, Homo sapiens. All of us.
That's right.
Okay.
Walk like a Homo sapien.
What was that? Would do it like they do on the Discovery Channel.
Yeah.
We'll get back to it. Welcome. The commercial break is not for everybody, but welcome.
You're right here.
Start editing in the welcomes. We're going to have a drop.
Just when you blink, edit in welcome.
Oh my God, Krissy.
Welcome.
This girl makes my head hurt. I watched probably 40 minutes of this girl doing this light
it's twitching.
language.
The thing though is she's twitching because of the editing.
All the editing. Yeah, she's twitching and then all the rambling, it's nonsensical.
it's
How do you
hard.
make it through 18 minutes of that? I don't know.
Wow.
In one sitting?
Here is my money.
Yeah, there you go.
Stop.
All right, tcbpodcast.com is where you go. You find out more information about Krissy and I, all the audio, all the video right there from one location. At The Commercial Break on Instagram, 661 best 2 yo 661. The word best, the number 2, YO. Questions, comments, concerns, or content ideas, send them on over. You can leave us a voicemail if you so choose. Also, and youtube.com/The Commercial Break. Please go like and subscribe. Thank you to everyone who's left us wonderful reviews. Keep coming. Keep them coming. If you haven't left us a review or a rating yet on your favorite podcast player, that's a big favor you can do us. Just take 1 minute out of your day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just put welcome. That's all we want.
Yeah.
You let your review be welcome,
Welcome.
or it's not for everybody. One of the two. I don't care. Be a smartass. Whatever you want to do. The smartassier, the better.
I love the comments.
I love it too. Okay, honestly, that's all I can do today. Between the COVID exhaustion and this girl's rambling, I gotta go take a nap.
Yeah, get some light
Yep.
in you.
I love you.
I love you.
Best to you.
Best to you.
And best to you out there in the podcast universe. Until next time, we must say, we always say, and we do say, bye.
Why don't more infant formula companies use organic, grass-fed whole milk instead of skim? Why don't more infant formula companies use the latest breast milk science? Why don't more infant formula companies run their own clinical trials? Why don't more infant formula companies use more of the proteins found in breast milk? Why don't more infant formula companies have their own factories instead of outsourcing their manufacturing? We wondered the same thing. So we made ByHeart, an infant formula company on a mission to get a lot closer to the most superfood on the planet, breast milk. Our patented protein blend has more of the important and most abundant proteins actually found in breast milk. We're the first and only U.S.-made formula to use organic, grass-fed whole milk, not skim. We even conducted the largest clinical trial by a new infant formula company in a quarter-century, with clinically proven benefits like easier digestion, less spit-up, and softer poops versus a leading infant formula. And we make our own formula in the USA and our very own factories in Iowa, Oregon, and Pennsylvania. ByHeart, a better formula for formula. Learn more at byheart.com.
Not all bread is created equal. And if you like yours soft, fluffy, moist, and delicious, then Hero Bread and Buns should be your first choice. But Hero Bread isn't just about taste and texture. It's high in fiber with ultra-low net carbs with 0 grams of sugar. Order today at hero.co and use the code AH10 to get 10% off your first purchase. That's AH10 at hero.co, HERO.co for 10% off your first purchase.